Welcome to the true digital age, when the devices that surround us and are meant to help us can become the star witness in our prosecution. Fox 47's Kylie Kahn has more on how your smart devices could be used to solve a crime or be used against you.
From smart speakers to Fitbits and even a pacemaker being used in court to testify, in some cases against the person who the device belongs to.
Alexa, let the chickens out.
These days, there's technology for almost everything. Devices waiting for your command and to track your every move. With so much of our lives being recorded, that information could be key.
There's a digital footprint in the internet of every time they sign on, they sign out, anytime they access apps.
As they become part of everyday life. But they raise important issues that legal and privacy experts are wrestling with.
The law has to figure out how it can be used and how law enforcement can seek criminal evidence.
Professor Flores says the problem is that the law was written years ago and this technology has just come out within the past few years. That can create a gray area when it comes to things like getting a search warrant. Home assistant devices are always on, listening for commands, but police or lawyers would need proof that it was on at the time of the crime.
Unless you have a witness there saying it was on, or something else, some other evidence there, that's a tough hurdle for a search warrant.
Recently, a judge in New Hampshire asked Amazon to turn over any recordings that may have happened during a murder. Amazon is hesitant because customers have already shown concern about privacy.
Everybody has a First Amendment right to speak in their home. There's a reasonable expectation of privacy in that right.
In another case in Connecticut, police tracked a woman's movement through her Fitbit to find out when she was killed.
The way the technology is advancing, especially through digital devices, makes it easier to locate criminals, to identify crimes that are being committed.
So should you be worried that these devices carry so much of your personal information?
There's nobody sitting in a dark basement listening to your conversations.
But the best way to protect yourself is by not sharing too much.
The less data that you give out is always the more secure option.
With new devices popping up every few months, the lines will likely only blur for prosecutors.
We are just on the cutting edge of it. So that means that the law is going to have a long way to go to catch up with all the technology.
A recent Supreme Court ruling says that police need a search warrant to get location data from a device.
And that was Kylie Kahn reporting. That case was based on a string of robberies in Detroit where the suspect's cell phone data was used to show his location.